Hi everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are Your Bourbon Journey. Day 13.
13?
13 is, I love number 13. 13 has always been my lucky number. Why? Because it's everybody else's unlucky number. So I decided to take it and make it lucky for me.
It also means that we are on the second half of the Advent calendar already. How is that even possible? It feels like we just started.
Who could figure that out? 13 days of all this. And so let's go ahead and attempt to figure out what we're doing here.
Okay, Howard Cosell, let's take a smell. This is very woody. I mean, I'm having trouble getting other notes. I'm just getting wood.
I'm getting, feel like I've switched places with her. I'm actually getting rich vanilla.
I'm just getting wood. I wonder if this is really old. Okay, now I'm getting something. Now I'm getting a little caramel.
So I'm not getting wood.
Really? I can't believe you're not getting wood. It's so funny, right?
There's a joke there, and I will not do it. I'm absolutely digging this on the nose.
It's got some really nice sweet notes too to go with that wood. But let's do a taste of it so we can see what else is going on here.
Cheers.
That's an adult bourbon.
It's funny because I'm a little bit let down.
Really?
Yes. It's a little, to me, it's a little thin.
Really?
The flavor's okay, but I love the nose so far more than I've loved the taste. And let me try it again.
I mean, I'm just thinking, I'm feeling it's not a very high proof.
No.
I'm thinking 100, 105.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's below 100.
Cinnamon, it's kind of what I'm getting. I'm not getting much of the tannin of the wood or anything. I'm
getting a lot of wood.
Interesting.
And I'm getting some sweet notes of caramel. I mean, this is funny. I feel like you yesterday. I'm getting some nuttiness. I feel like we switched places from yesterday.
Well, you're getting a lot of wood, Miss Lumberjack herself.
I'm feeling like your glass. I can see in your glass because the light's hitting it. It's got beautiful legs on it. I can't tell in mine, but yours, it's got some really nice legs. Well, and it does have a pretty good mouthfeel. Even though I feel it's a lower proof, it kind of hangs out in your mouth and just kind of coats it and stays there a while.
I think it's mild, but I find it consistent. Sometimes I'll get a bourbon that'll peak and they'll flatten out. This one is kind of steady across the palate. It's enjoyable. It's good.
It's good. I feel like we kind of classify our bourbon for when we want to drink them. Mm-hmm. Like most of our double oaks, we like in the winter. More citrus notes we like in the spring and summer. For me, because I'm getting so many wood notes and it feels darker and deeper, I'm feeling like it's more of a winter bourbon. But it still has the sweet notes of caramel. I'm getting right now, as it sits on my palate a little bit, a little hint of date. But I still got this nuttiness going on, and almost a dry nuttiness. Let's take a sip to look at the finish.
Okay.
We haven't really talked about that. Kind of medium.
It's a dry finish for me.
It's very dry, and I think that's coming from that wood. I'm getting a little bit of cinnamon / black pepper on the finish, which is what you often get. I feel like we've switched roles.
Well, congratulations, because I'm not getting black pepper. I am finally getting wood on the finish, I would agree, and I'm getting cinnamon. And obviously, you're stealing my act by taking the pepper. I'm not myself getting it.
And I'm right now, as you're sitting here talking, I'm feeling more pepper kind of bubbling, right? It's like a little bit of effervescence almost. Do we think it's a bourbon? I think it's a bourbon.
Yes, I don't think it's a rye. It's definitely not a single malt. If it's a single malt, I'm just going to walk out. I'm going to walk out to the I-69 freeway, which is about a half mile away, and just get hit by traffic because I just don't deserve to live if I'm this far off.
I think it's a basic bourbon. I think it's made with a rye mash bill. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of basing some of this off of something we drank last night that was not part of a tasting. I'm feeling a little bit of Jim Beamish going on.
Well, we had, last night we had Old Granddad 16, which is really good.
It's
really, really good. And for those of you out there that don't like it, shame on you.
That's another story. That's not what this is. Because when we put these,
it's not.
When we put these samples together, we didn't even have a bottle of that.
Well, could it be Baker's 13?
I don't think I selected that one either. So if it is, if it's a Jim Beam product, which I am not sure, it would probably be Knob Creek. We have a lot of Knob Creek, and if I'm thinking what I might have wanted to put in the tasting, I am going to lead towards a Knob Creek. And if it's the Knob Creek, this is 18 years old.
Okay.
Which for me, I know you don't have the wood notes I'm getting, but I'm getting this dry wood. That would explain that pretty clearly.
Oh, it's dry. It is dry. You might as well see that you're right again.
I don't know.
Oh.
H is a bourbon.
Okay. There you go.
So we got something right.
You got it right.
It is 18 years old.
Well,
we have very
never
few
mind.
things that are 18 years old.
It's
100 proof.
Yes, it's that.
We paid $169.99,
yes,
and if it's Knob Creek, we picked it up at the distillery at a dinner.
Yes.
And probably Fred or Freddie signed it.
Could be.
Yes. 18-year-old Knob Creek bourbon signed.
Okay.
All right, there we go. So that's not where my head was going. I don't think we've had that bottle open for a really long time. I can't remember the last time we opened the bottle, except maybe to pour into this little sample bottle.
Well, I'll say for 18 years, it's really good. A lot of the times it starts to get really old.
A little too oaky for our palate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have a 23-year-old by Evan Williams that we really enjoy.
Yes.
We only have a couple things that are in that kind of age category that we think are really, really well done. I think this is a pretty good bourbon. I'm just not sure if I were to walk into Jimmy tomorrow and think, oh, I have to have another bottle.
I like it, but I probably wouldn't. There's other things that I'd rather grab.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. I'm glad we have it. I do think I do stand by the fact I think it's a little thin, and I don't dislike it. It's
well, it's probably because it was proofed down to 100.
Yes,
and I find that a lot of times with the reason it's probably palatable is because if you just did a barrel strength 18-year-old, it's probably so astringent that would be really hard to drink from those wood notes. So proofing it down is probably something, I'm no distiller, but I'm guessing that is one of the ways they bring out the sweet notes again. You know, some of the other characteristics of the spirit is by proofing it down to kind of minimize it being over oaked, so to speak. But unfortunately, what happens when you do proof it down like that, it's got more water content, therefore it's not quite as viscous, and you don't get that nice mouth coating feeling that you would with something that hasn't been proofed down. So.
See, gentlemen, this is what happens when you're a laborer and you're married to somebody that is a professor and a PhD, because she's using big words of which I will have to go to the dictionary later if I can figure out how to spell them to go ahead and figure out what she just said.
You are being silly.
I am, actually.
Okay. But I just want to thank you for joining us on starting the second half of the Advent calendar, day 13. And this has been really, really fun so far. We've got, gosh, what's that mean? 11 days to go.
If you like us, please hit the subscribe button, and cheers to you. Merry Christmas out there. Have a great evening. Not bad.
Cheers.